Hello, hello, good evening. I'm Persia, Nicole from 92Q. I want to welcome you to the Healing Starts Here virtual live event. I'm super excited about tonight because not only will we get educated, but we're going to learn a whole bunch of new things you probably would never even imagine. Okay, we have some amazing panelists helping us today. It's all about canceling COVID and getting back to our regular lives, whatever that may be. But either way, we want to get back outside. It's summertime, enjoy this good weather. And we have some special guests to help us do that. First things first, Dr. Hathaway. Hey, Dr. Hathaway, where you at?
Hey, my sister, how you doing? I'm sitting out here enjoying this beautiful day. I've been vaccinated, so I'm okay, and just happy to be with you.
I love it. First of all, can we just get with this background around these? I mean, I love it. Are you out of the country? Because I mean, Jesus.
No, I'm right in Baltimore County, so I'm right in Johnny O's territory.
I love it. Big shout out to Johnny. Oh, Dr. Hathaway, let's bring in somebody else. Madeline from the Baltimore County Health Department. Madeline. Oh, I think she's still muted.
Gotta love that. See?
I know,
Hi
right?
everyone, how you doing?
We are fantastic. We are fantastic. And you know what? Since we were talking about Johnny O, you being right in his backyard, I think he is joining us now, Baltimore County Executive Johnny O.
Hey, Persia.
How are
Dr.
you?
Dr. Hathaway, what a beautiful view in Baltimore County you got there.
Yeah, I figured I'd come right to your county. It's a beautiful county to be in, and you are doing a wonderful job.
We appreciate you.
I love it. Okay, so now that we all have you here, I want to remind everybody on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, wherever you're watching us live right now, you can ask whatever questions. They're going to pop it up on the screen, and we can ask some of our panelists for the night. Let me start with you first, Johnny. Let's talk about this vaccination effort. How is it going in the county thus far? Because I know a lot of people want to know maybe how many people are vaccinated and things like that as we are today.
Yeah, so we are approaching the Biden-Harris administration goal of 70%. To date, over 68% of our residents in Baltimore County over the age of 16 are now vaccinated, at least with their first dose of this life-saving vaccine. We've made amazing progress, but there's still work to do. And we're proud in Baltimore County that we've been a statewide leader in providing that vaccination. So we're going to keep doing whatever we can to reach every community, but we're proud of where we are, and we're going to keep working in the days and weeks ahead.
I'm proud of Baltimore. Every single day when I get on the air, I see the numbers keep rising and rising for the people that are getting vaccinated. And, and I'm loving it. I'm like, I don't know if it's because of the Vax Cash or because, like whatever it is, but I'm loving
Whatever it
every
takes.
single thing. Yeah. Shout out to Marcellus. That's awesome. Baltimore County. Yes, we are here. We're here to make a difference. And hopefully by the end of this live event today, we'll definitely make a difference in your life, in your family's life, and beyond. Madeline, I'm going to toss it over to you really quick. What is the county health department doing to address the Black and brown communities not wanting or kind of being hesitant to get the COVID-19 vaccine? Because we've seen a lot of it.
Yes, we're seeing a lot of hesitancy in the community still, but education is the key. We're providing accurate information. We're partnering with trusted community leaders to make sure that we share our message in a way that people can relate, and so that they know that the message is coming from a trusted source and they can trust that the information that we're giving them is right. In addition to that, we are trying to empower people to use their voice. If you have been vaccinated, talk to your friends, talk to your families. Your voice has so much more power, more weight than anything else that we can put out there for you. So it's just making sure that we get everyone's collaboration. So it's a collective effort. We need everyone to work together so that we can get this virus under control.
Yeah, because honestly, to call this healing starts here, that's really what it's about because healing starts with us. If I can get a healing in myself, I feel like I can heal other people. You know what I mean? Like you said, you talk to your friends and your family, and that's what it's all about.
Yep. And if there are any barriers out there, we are working very diligently to address them. If there are any transportation issues, any language barriers, hours of operation, sometimes people have to work or they don't have time to do it during the daytime. We have mobile sites at nighttime or weekend hours. So it's just a matter of someone, if they're ready to get it, we can work together to make sure they do.
I love it. Let's head over to Dr. Hathaway. So now, Reverend, I have been, trying to use my voice every single time I turn on the mic on the radio station 92Q to remind people, just to let you know it's okay to get the vaccine. And it did take me a while to get the vaccine, right? Because I wanted to get educated and, you listen to different people. But for you, why have you lent your voice to be a part of this and tell people it's okay to get vaccinated? Because, you yourself, you're actually vaccinated as well.
Yes, yes, I am vaccinated, but I have a responsibility because as a faith leader, people look to me as a trusted source, and they want to
Yeah.
make certain that we are giving them accurate information. So I did the research. I interacted with Dr. Kizzy Colbert, who was on the Moderna produced the product,
Okay.
a graduate of UMBC, and I talked to Dr. Freeman Dabrowski, the president, who was on the first clinical trials. I talked to another gentleman. His name was Dr. Jeffrey Freeman. He was with Johns Hopkins Applied Lab. So did the research. I understood this amazing technology that was created through this RN protein and what it was going to do for the human body. And so I didn't have any resistance myself. I then went and modeled a pop-up clinic within my church, and that expanded to churches throughout the whole metropolitan area. And so you find that the church was playing a key role in being its trusted source and allowing people to come into safe space and to take the vaccine knowing that they were being served by people they knew. Now, we must admit that we are finding that there are resistance now. And so we have to take a different tack as we go out into the community now. So you're going to see us in barbershops, in beauty salons.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so I mean, I agree even what he was saying. And one thing that really gets me excited about it is because just like Reverend was saying, the churches, now he's getting the word out because churches are now reopening. The more people that get vaccinated, the more time that we, had to reopen our churches and our barbershops and things like that, and Johnny O, for you, what are you guys doing? Like, what is mainly, I guess, your important goal to get people vaccinated? Like, why are you like, you know what, I want to do this? And what are you focusing on right now?
Well, we want to save lives, and we've got this great trend of 0 lives lost the last couple of days because we know that this vaccine works. And as Reverend Hathaway was saying, we know that when we partner with trusted voices like you, with him, faith is about meeting people where they are. And we're taking that same approach with our vaccine efforts. We are going to the places where people are reluctant or hesitant, and we're willing to answer the tough questions. We're willing to say, talk to us about the vaccine, learn that it was designed by someone local, an incredible graduate of UMBC, as Doc Hathaway was saying, and just going and actually working people through that process because the impact is incredible. I mean, we are now fully open in Baltimore County. Masks can be off, and businesses are open, and people are returning to work, to life, to school because of this life-changing, life-saving vaccine. And so, it went from me having to make very difficult phone calls and have very hard choices as county executive early on, and now just saying, like, we have the way out, and it's safe and it's effective. And if there are reservations about it, that's okay. We want to work through that with you, but we know that it works. We know that it's safe. We know that it's effective, and it will get us to be able to stay where we are, where we can go back to the things that we love. So whether it's a beauty shop, a barber shop, a church, we're going to be there because our health department is doing great work. But this matters, and it's making a difference.
Yeah, and Johnny O, I appreciate you and of course your whole team with everything you've been doing as well, because I was working from home a lot. I was working from home since the end of last year, and I'm finally back in the studio. So it feels so good to have that connection, because sitting at home, and I think we've all kind of been through this, sitting at home is a whole different type of vibe than physically being hands-on at your workplace,
Well, my team knows that I'm a huge extrovert, and Zoom is great, and this is great, and we're so grateful that you are hosting this tonight. But there's no substitute for being in person. And I love the hugs and the handshakes and just the ability to have that. It's because of the vaccines. And we know that we can both have those interactions and get back to normal because of it. We can rip the masks off if we're vaccinated. It's pretty powerful stuff. And our teams, Madeline and others in our Department of Health and Human Services, have done incredible work to make sure that people are vaccinated. It's why we're approaching that 70% threshold. But there's more work to be done. And again, like we're okay with people asking the questions, with people being uncertain about it, because it's a new thing and it's different. But we also have, this was developed by private industry, tested and proven safe by the government, and we want people to know that. We want to bring them to the table so that we can keep our businesses open and keep life and get back to that in-person interaction that you mentioned.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's why we want to cancel COVID. Hashtag cancel COVID. I want to bring back in Dr. Hathaway. Where we at? It's that gorgeous background. That's why.
That's Baltimore County. I mean, Baltimore County is right next to God's heart. So I'm so happy to be sitting here right now. But think about it. We had the opportunity now to have my nieces and nephews vaccinated. So that
Yeah.
now we're talking about the vaccines now available to persons now that 12 and over. And so it's allowing for families now to get together and unite together. Me as an older person now, they look at me and now I'm grandpa. So they were
Mhm.
fearful about coming around grandpa. But now we can come together. We had an amazing dinner together and fellowship together. So this is allowing families to unite once again, that now the vaccine has been proven that it can also be administered to persons who are younger. And so that's an important thing. And I would encourage everybody to make certain that from 12 to 92 and even beyond, that you do get vaccinated so that we can bring our community back together once again.
Yeah, it's nothing like loving up on your family and your friends and being around your community and things like that. So that's definitely what we want to get back out and doing. For those people, Miss Martinez, that feels like, maybe they are so concerned, in the Black and Brown communities. What is a primary reason that you've been hearing?
Distrust is a major concern. People think the vaccine was developed way too fast. It's just important to understand that not everything that has been done has been approved by the FDA. We are fighting myths with facts. We're making sure that all the information we're putting out there is coming from reliable sources. We're also going to the communities and connecting with people. Sometimes they rather hear it one on one. They have more questions. As we answer questions, as we answer their questions, more questions arise. So just have the opportunity to ask everything that is in the back of your mind that you have heard, and just get reassurance that if we're out here is to make sure that you're healthy and that you're taken care of. The vaccine is working, and that's why we're removing the mask. That's why we're going back to our normal lives.
Yeah, and it feels so good to remove the mask, right? Like
It
I'm just
really
like,
does.
whew, Jesus, it is off. Like, like it felt weird in the beginning to kind of walk through the stores without a mask because we were so used to it.
Yep.
We've been wearing masks for a year, right? But to
Yes.
have it off, it feels good.
And I didn't appreciate the fresh air until I took that off, and I felt, oh yes, there's AC in these rooms, so it's nice. It's nice.
Yes, Madeline, absolutely. Let's talk about also, we have one question. Dave McAllister, hey, Dave. Oh, great job, Persia. Oh, thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Yeah, great information. Great information right now. For those of you who have any questions, make sure you go ahead and put it in the chat. We're going to get some questions answered because we understand still with this COVID-19 vaccine, people have tons of questions. And we want to make sure we get them answered because the whole point of this tonight is healing. And healing starts here. It starts with us. It starts in our communities and our households. We want to see our parents and our grandparents. Just like Dr. Hathaway was saying, it's nothing like family. It's nothing like friends. We want to go to churches. We want to do barbershops. And Johnny O and his team have done a great job. Things are back open fully in Baltimore County. We want to keep it that way,
Yep.
Make sure we kind of keep it that way. Okay, so we have a question right here. I'm Jewish. The vaccine is not kosher. Can y'all show me a kosher vaccine for us?
Hmm.
Any?
I'm going to turn to the health expert from Baltimore County on that
Okay.
one.
Look, Madeline.
I don't have an answer for that, but we can get back to that.
Okay. All right. So let's get back to that question right there. If you have any other questions, you guys can go ahead and ask on Facebook, put it in the chat or wherever you're checking us out live right now. So are there any concerns, Madeline, about this Delta variant and the lack of vaccinations among young people?
Yes, everyone should be very concerned about this variant. It is proven to be aggressive in the transmission point of in the transmission standpoint. We're a little bit concerned about an uptick in cases later on, especially when some people are beginning to go out there and they're not vaccinated and they're around people and not maintaining social distance. So it's important to, even if you're vaccinated, even if you're out there, make sure that you still are careful, that you encourage others to get vaccinated, maintain your distance when you can. And if you're not able to maintain your distance, wear a mask. or just get vaccinated. We need to remain vigilant and continue to push for the vaccine of everyone so that we can just eventually get rid of the virus.
Absolutely, because that's the end goal. You gonna say something?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, we're effectively very close to that point now in Baltimore County. Today we were at 0.65% positivity, one case per 100,000 residents, and it's because of the vaccine. And fortunately, we have not seen the surge in uptick. But the best way to avoid that is to make sure that as many people as possible get the vaccine. And we continue to do incredible work. And Persia, I want to thank you, the 92Q family, Reverend Hathaway, for being such outstanding spokespersons and sort of channeling that message to our communities that this is so critical, because it is working. It's how we are wide open. It's how we're getting back to normal life. It's how we get our kids back in school in the fall. And it's how we stay open, though. So we don't want to fall asleep on this, because the numbers are great right now, but we also know there's about 30% of our population who's eligible, who still haven't gotten the vaccine. And so every dose that we get in an arm are lives that we save. And I had the unfortunate responsibility of calling people throughout this pandemic and expressing my condolences to families, as I'm sure Dr. Hathaway did as well. Being there for people who mourned and experienced that loss. And we're at a place now where we can stop that. We can stop the loss. We can prevent people from getting sick and dying, and keeping life open, getting back to Orioles and Ravens games, keeping our businesses open, going to concerts again, right? So, I mean, we're now in that place where this is all possible. And so if you're not vaccinated, I encourage you to come out to these like more mobile clinics where you can have conversations with faith leaders. You can have conversations with trusted voices in the community like you, Persia, can talk to health experts like Madeline. And that's what we want. We encourage that, because the answers will push people towards the vaccination. And it really sort of does free us to get back to what we were used to. So thank you both so much for being a part of pushing this critical message.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I may, if I may, Persia, one of the things that we have to realize is that something that's happened in our culture, in our government, in our healthcare delivery system, we realize that everyone has to be involved in the prevention process. I think that's going to be a sea change in terms of how we see healthcare in the future. The other thing that was very significant is that because we practice hand washing, because we practice social distancing, cases of influenza went down. And so there was a byproduct to us being sensitive to healthcare and healthcare needs, and being sensitive to how we protect ourselves and protect our families. I think that sensitivity, that understanding will bode well as we look to healthcare in the future. And that's a great thing that came out of this vaccine COVID process.
Absolutely. And Johnny, I want to piggyback what you said, like getting back to the Orioles games and the Ravens games. I think the Orioles are actually doing something now where if you get vaccinated there, you get like some type of good seats up front or something like that. So I think it's pretty cool. Like everybody's taking the initiative to move forward.
Upgrade me, right?
Upgrade me, baby. Yes.
And then
okay,
just
go ahead. No, go ahead, Johnny. We have a question.
I was going to say, if anyone wants to get vaccinated who's watching, they can just visit baltimorecountymd.gov/vaccine. Not required. We also accept walk-ups, but if you want to register to get a shot, please hop on and do that.
Absolutely. And then all the locations that you can get vaccinated are also on baltimorecountymd.gov. So the different places you can get vaccinated that day is all right there. So, you don't have to go to different websites to find anything. It's a one-stop shop. So that's great for me because I hate having to do all these different things, but you can get everything you need to know right there. So Jennifer Kane has a question. Am I at risk of contracting the Delta variant even if I'm vaccinated?
Once again, we are protected by the vaccine. Maintain your social distance. When you're not, wash your hands. Prevention is key. You are protected. Just make sure that those around you also go out there and get the vaccine so that we are not spreading any more variants around in the fall when all the other diseases are coming out, like the flu and other stuff too. So let's take care of ourselves. You're vaccinated. You've done your part. Just enjoy and still maintain. Let's continue with what we learn. Maintain distance. and make sure that you wear your mask if you're not able to maintain your distance until everyone else is vaccinated.
Absolutely. I want to remind you guys can ask questions. We have about 10 minutes left of this conversation tonight. It's all about healing that starts here. Shout out to King Communications for this amazing event. Baltimore County, I mean, this right here is something that I feel like would be a great step forward. As people are watching right now, I hope that we are helping save lives. I hope that we're helping you get back out there. And, it's summertime. We are the first week of summer. We want to enjoy summer and do fun things. Go to Six Flags and just do whatever we didn't do this past year,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about, right? Like, we want people to enjoy summer. We lost a year. Kids were homeschooled. People had to telecommute or risk their health and safety to show up for work. And this is the moment we've been waiting for, where we know that we have a tested, safe, effective vaccine that will allow us to enjoy summer. And so get out there, get vaccinated so that you can enjoy it without those concerns about risking yourself or your family's health and well-being. This is what this push is all about. And, it's why our numbers are so good, because so many people have answered that call. And, again, it's so critical to stay that way. So thank you for the opportunity to even talk to this audience tonight to talk about that.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We know you're super busy. You have lots of things going on. Hey, Johnny, what is one thing you're really looking forward to doing now that outside is back open?
I'm looking forward to concerts and music. And I know that, the 92Q family, we love our music, but like gathering together to enjoy music, there's something that is just, like our faith traditions, Reverend Hathaway, there's just something that like music speaks to our soul. Yeah. And that we haven't been able to gather to enjoy that in the same way that my church is now just starting to come together. It's such a part of who we are. I'm excited that I'm now starting to do in-person worship again. I'm a member. My family, we are members of Lovely Lane United Methodist on St. Paul Street in Baltimore. Regionalism, not just a county guy, but we also I love music. I DJ'd my way through college and grad school.
Okay, I didn't know that. You might have to come on the show one day.
Okay. But I'm retired, so it's fine. Everybody's safe. But it just connects us, and it makes us feel more. It sort of taps into our essence, and so I'm looking forward to finding those opportunities because I am vaccinated and it is safe, and we're going to just encourage people to do that so they can also have that experience.
Absolutely. Madeline, what are you looking forward to doing the most now that outside is back open and you're vaccinated?
Oh, sports. I'm so excited to go back and play soccer. I miss that. I miss that interaction. I miss seeing friends I haven't seen for months. And now everybody's like, oh, I'm vaccinated. That's the key now. I'm vaccinated. Can I come over?
Right. It's
So
not who all's going to be there. It's, are you vaccinated? Before it was like, well, who's going to be there?
Yeah, before I even ask, I'm vaccinated. Can I come over and play? Sure, let's do it. I'm excited about that. Also, my daughter is going back to play sports, and she's very excited. She loves gymnastics, and she's excited to finally be able to go back and play and just learn new tricks and stuff. So we're looking forward to all of that.
I love it. I just put my son in Taekwondo, so he's super excited about that. So all the kids are loving it. So it just feels good to get back out here and do some things without kids being trapped in the house,
It really does, and they are behind. She was in such a good track with learning new stuff, and now, but she's gonna. Kids are so fast; they're fast learners. Yeah. They're gonna make up for everything they lost. But it's just a matter of getting the vaccine. She's not quite the age yet. She's 11, but she asked me as soon as her kids were able to get it. Can I get it now? Can I get it now? No, you still got a few months. But as soon as she's eligible to get it, we're gonna make sure she does.
I love it. And I love that the kids want it too. Like they recognize this is something that we need to do to push forward. And they recognize also they can't do certain things and operate the way they want to without being vaccinated. So that's dope. I love it. And then Johnny, you have people already trying to get you to do DJs. They're trying to book you already on here. See the comments.
Maybe I'll come visit you and you can teach me how it's done. For the show. So we can be in person again. So
right. Dr. Hathaway, what are you looking forward to doing the most now?
Well, one of the things that has happened is that I've become a golfer and an avid golfer. And one of the things about golfing is that when you are not a good golfer, your ball ends up nowhere near anyone else. So you don't have to worry about social distancing when you miss hit a shot. But I will say this. I think we need to applaud the work of our regional medical institutions. When you think about GMBC, when you think about University of Maryland, when you think about Johns Hopkins, how they to combine together with government, with medical officers to make certain that the products were there, that the vaccines were there. When you think about the pharmaceutical companies, the Rite Aids, the CVS, and others, this was a really all hands on deck effort, and it really shows you the power and the ingenuity of our people. And I think that's a lesson learned, and I think that's a lesson we should continue to maintain.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. And while I have you right here, Dr. Hathaway, let me ask you another question. How do you respond to those people in your congregation, your family, your friends, whomever, who say that they're not sure about getting vaccinated?
Well, the first thing is that you model behavior, so they know that I've been an advocate for it. Our leaders in the faith community have been, and unfortunately, we had a member dear of our church that died to COVID. So I had to actually preach that eulogy, and that was not that was a trying time. And so we've been sensitized within our faith communities overall, because everyone has experienced someone with loss, someone that has been sick, but we've learned to pray mightily. I had a young man. He's only 42 years old. He ended up on a rescue. No, we had to pray mightily, and God brought him back. The healthcare system assisted, and now he's able to move about. So this was a very serious disease. It was a very serious situation, and I'm glad that people responded in a way that took it seriously. Now, for those that are hesitant, we have to say to them, please look out for your families, look out for your community. This is your
It's that gorgeous background again. Just
Yes.
doesn't want him to be great. But to piggyback off of what he was saying is, for me, before I got vaccinated, I was one of those people who were like, well, I don't know anybody that has COVID. I don't know anybody that's sick from COVID. Like, is COVID even real? And then I had people that passed away very close to me from COVID. I had people that I knew that got COVID and was very, very sick, and it was in a hospital for weeks and things like that. So that was really a touching moment for me where I said, okay, despite whatever's going on, let me do more of my research and let me recognize what's in front of my face and make sure I get vaccinated for not only myself, but my son and my family, and really make it happen. So I'm very blessed that I got vaccinated. And, this right here is something that is a moving point for all of us, and not only Baltimore and Maryland, but our country. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this moment. I'm excited for this conversation. We needed this. Shout out to everybody who has been watching us today on Facebook Live, on 92Q, on YouTube, wherever you're at right now in the world. We appreciate you. We love you right now. We have 2 minutes left. Dr. Hathaway, he'll probably hop back on here in a second. But Madeline, really quick, I want to head over to you. What is one thing you want to leave us with, and how can people get more information on this COVID-19 vaccine?
If you don't want to get the vaccine for yourself, do it for those within your circle, your friends and family, and those that are not able to get it because of their age, because of their medical conditions. Just make sure you go out there, do your research, make your decision, get the vaccine. If you want to find out more about the vaccine, more information about the virus, go to baltimorecountymd.gov/vaccine. Or you can also call the COVID-19 hotline at 410-887-3816. We have operators there Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. willing to help you, willing to look for a vaccine place near you, willing to answer any questions that you may have. Have a conversation with them. Any doubts, any concerns, they will be happy to address them there with you.
Thank you so much, Madeline. Johnny, let's wrap it up with you.
It's okay to have questions, but hopefully once you work through it, you'll know it's safe, it's effective, and it's how we stay open. So thank you so much, Persia, and to Dr. Hathaway for your advocacy and for leading by example on this critical issue. Madeline, thank you and all of our incredible employees in Baltimore County for leading this effort. And everybody just stay safe, take care of yourself, love each other. And, looking forward to coming out on the other side of this together. So thank you for the opportunity to join you tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you soon in person sometime. Yeah, healing starts here. And of course, it starts with us. If you need more information on the COVID-19 vaccine, again, you can log on to BaltimoreCountyMD.gov/vaccine. Have an amazing night. And like Johnny O said, stay safe.